In 2003, the United States military achieved what seemed like a total victory in Iraq. Saddam Hussein's regime collapsed in just 3 weeks. Mission accomplished, right? Except, what came next wasn't victory, it was chaos. The decision to disband the Iraqi army, which seemed logical at the time, put 400,000 trained soldiers out of work overnight. Soldiers with weapons, soldiers with grievances, soldiers who would eventually form the backbone of the insurgency that would cost thousands of American lives and destabilize an entire region. This is what we call a second-order consequence, the thing that happens after the thing you planned for. And here's what makes this concept so dangerous. The systems designed to solve problems, governments, corporations, even your own habits, are often blind to the chaos they're about to create. Today, we're going to explore why smart people make catastrophic decisions, how systems hide their own failures, and what you can do to see around corners before you walk off a cliff. Let's start with a simple question. Why do solutions create new problems? The answer lies in something called optimization for a single variable. Think about it like this. You're a hospital administrator, and your job is to reduce wait times in the emergency room. So you create a policy. Patients must be seen within 30 minutes or heads roll. Sounds good, right? Who wants to wait in an ER? But here's what actually happens. Doctors start admitting patients to the hospital faster, not because they need to be admitted, but because once they're admitted, they're no longer counted in the ER wait time statistics. The metric improves. Your boss is happy. You might even get a bonus. Meanwhile, hospital beds fill up with people who don't need them. Costs skyrocket. Patients who actually need those beds can't get them, and a few months later, you're dealing with a bed shortage crisis that's worse than the wait time problem you started with. This is the optimization trap. You fixed the measure, but made the system worse, and this pattern repeats everywhere. Tech companies optimize for engagement and create addiction. Police departments optimize for arrest numbers and incentivize false arrests. Schools optimize for test scores, and students stop learning. The first-order effect looks great. The second-order effect is a disaster. Most systems are structurally incapable of recognizing their own second-order consequences. Why? 3 reasons. First, measurement lag. By the time the second-order effect shows up, the people who made the original decision are long gone. Second, organizational silos. The people who make decisions rarely deal with the fallout. Third, ideological blindness. Every system has a story it tells itself about how the world works, and that story determines what it can see. Let me give you 3 case studies that show just how dangerous this can get. Example 1. The Cobra Effect. Colonial India had a rat problem. The British government offered a bounty for every dead cobra, except people started breeding cobras to collect the bounty. The cobra population ended up higher than before. Example 2. Antibiotics and superbugs. Penicillin cured infections, but overuse led to antibiotic-resistant superbugs. Example 3. Social media and democracy. Platforms optimized for engagement, which amplified outrage, radicalization, and misinformation. The underlying pattern: linear thinking in nonlinear systems. Short-term incentives in long-term systems. The illusion of control. The generals in Iraq assumed that disbanding the army would end loyalty to Saddam. They didn't model the ripple effects. CEOs are rewarded quarterly. Politicians think in election cycles. The consequences of their decisions play out over decades. Complex systems are fundamentally unpredictable. You can be smart and well-intentioned and still cause disasters. How to think in second-order terms. First, always ask, and then what? Think 2, 3, 4 moves ahead. Second, look for feedback loops. Does your solution generate responses that make the problem worse? Third, stress test your assumptions. Build circuit breakers and reversibility into your plans. Fourth, beware of optimization. Don't maximize a number at the expense of the system. World is run by people optimizing for first-order effects. But you can train yourself to think in second-order terms, to see the ripples, the feedback loops, the unintended consequences, and gain an invisible edge. The systems can't see their own problems, but you can.